this road, it takes me home.
Check, check, check. Here we go. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, The Doyle Family Detour. I'm Mike, this is Ellie,
Hey.
and we are on our first trip.
We finally did it.
We made it to Blue Springs, which is in Orange City, Florida, in one piece.
We did it a whopping, 100 miles? Maybe less. Maybe it was 75 miles.
Yeah, I think it's 75, 80. But still, I mean, that's big for us because this is our first trip.
Yeah.
We're looking at this as kind of like our test run.
Yeah. We had a whole list of things that we forgot. And thankfully, my sister and her family and my parents are coming up today. And they are going to bring... My mom's, at Walmart shopping, for, a kettle for us. Because we are how do we boil our water for coffee?
Yeah. There's so many things that I knew going into it that we would definitely be missing a few things.
Yeah.
And so this is just to be expected.
Yeah, we have, a laundry list of things that they're bringing. So the fact that we're not far was really good for our first stop. And we are here for 2 nights. And we leave tomorrow to go to it's a monkey sanctuary.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And we're using our Harvest House membership. We touched on that a bit in our first video, but it's basically a yearly subscription that you sign up for, and you get to stay at wineries, breweries, vineyards, cool farms, and just things all around the United States. So we booked one night at a monkey sanctuary.
That sounds pretty cool.
I'll be enjoying the monkeys. Mike will be enjoying the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, yeah. Saturday night, I can't miss it. It's a playoff game. If anyone knows me, they know how diehard of a Bills fan I am.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's from Miami, so she doesn't quite understand or get it. By the way, I don't know if I told you, but the Doyle Family Detour is brought to you by Conchita.
Conchita, coconut water, agua de coco. It's actually not. We are not brought to you by anything because we have 33 followers and 20 subscribers on YouTube. But if you did want to sponsor us, you could reach us over our email, doylefamilydetour@gmail.com, and we are on all platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, other things.
It's made in Miami.
This is made in Miami?
Well, it's made in Thailand, but it is manufactured, or I guess it's distributed.
All that was on this can?
Yeah, I figured it out.
33178. I know that zip code. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to sponsor us, reach out. We're open, but to all inquiries. However, we will be honest. So if there is a company that we don't maybe agree with or don't like their product, we're not going to just sell ourselves out for anything.
We sound so thirsty. No pun intended.
Coconut water is very refreshing. But I think it's important to say that we will always be honest, because some of my blog posts and stuff will have affiliate links that I want to be upfront about. I will get a commission if you purchase a product that maybe has a link or that we link up, but we'll never endorse something that we don't really believe in or don't use ourselves. So I think it's important that we keep it real, because our whole thing is about honesty. So let's let everybody know how getting here was to Blue Springs State Park, depending on where you're coming from. Because we had a little bit of an issue. Granted, it was our first big trip, but Mike was driving the fifth wheel. And
I'm the driver.
He's the driver. We have a pretty big rig, 35 feet, attached to our decently big truck. So
yeah, it was easy. It was, for the most part, it was easy.
I was like, it was hard. You're like, yeah, it was easy.
Okay, it was easy up until the very end when we got near Blue Springs State Park.
Yeah.
We had to take a right on West French Street, which is super tight.
Yeah.
There was no way with traffic, and it was kind of a busy time of day. There was no way that I was making that right turn, so I just kind of kept going straight and veered into a gas station, which is right there on the corner, and I was able to make that left turn out.
That was with our RV GPS told us to go that way too, but that's the only way to get in. I think that's the only street that you can take to get into the...
Yeah, I don't think they're going to tell you to go through the gas station.
No, yeah, but yeah, basically what we're saying is that is the street you need to go down to get to the state park, but if you go a little bit past the West French Street turn, there's a bigger opening for bigger rigs.
And so getting in was super easy up until this specific park is a back-in only. So this was my first time going to a park backing in this big rig, and it took me 3-4 times to get it right.
Yeah, there was another camper behind us that was waiting because it's a one-way street, and Mike was like, oh, there's someone behind me. But the most important thing to always remember is you are not in a rush, because that's when you'll make mistakes, forget things, have accidents. You cannot feel rushed. So I was like, forget that guy. If he's an RVer, he knows the drill. He knows that you are taking your sweet ass time. And so he did, and it was great, and we backed in no problem. It just took some time.
I had these two kind of trains of thought in my head happening simultaneously when I was trying to back in. I was thinking, and I even was asking her, I was like, hey, should I just let this guy go ahead?
It's like, fuck that guy. I mean, not really, but like,
Yeah, she was like, no, he'll be okay.
He'll be fine.
And the other part of my brain was like, oh, I'm sure he's going to understand that he's been here before maybe. So, again, take your time. Just don't rush anything, because it can mean life or death for your rig.
Yeah, I mean, you can never be in a rush with this lifestyle. Not when you're driving, not when you're unhitching and leveling up, and just in all aspects, take your time. This is a slow ride lifestyle.
That's a nice shacket.
My shack. Look at you with your terminology.
I'm learning.
Yeah. This was my Christmas gift to myself. Very camping chic.
It's nice.
If you are listening to us on like Spotify, Google, or iPodcast, what's it called?
For the listeners, it's very nice. It's like beige and black and white, and it's flannel, and it's her color.
Oh yes, I am all shades of brown.
This is my color, just denim all day, every day.
Yeah, girls, get yourself a man that notices your shackets. Why I love you. So yeah, we got into Blue Springs pretty easy, and then honestly, we have set up our camper that taking everything out and setting up is pretty quick. I mean, I think it maybe took us like 15-20 minutes to get everything set up, and then we were good. We started cooking dinner outside. We had some chicken and green beans. Set up our router. Blue Springs is pretty good for cell service too. We have a T-Mobile router, and that's how I'm able to work from home as well. So it's called a MiFi, and it gives us 1,000 gigabytes. No, 100.
Holy shit.
No, 100 gigabytes of fast data,
which is still good.
I mean, we can stream, we can use our devices, and that'll be plenty for us for the month.
Yeah, this was my first time trying to stream here in the RV, and I was successful. I was streaming in our bedroom. It's slow. It might lag here or there, but for the most part, it's great. It works.
Yeah. Well, if you notice, like late at night or early morning, you'll have faster internet, because it kind of depends on how many people are on
the tower
or whatever. Insert technological phrases here. I don't really know, but I know that the more people that are using it, the slower it is. So late night and early morning is your best bet to get some work done, or if you want to catch up on a show or something.
Were you like a math major?
Yeah, numbers and things.
Numbers and such.
I had to take algebra twice. No big deal.
Me too.
Did you really?
Yeah. Look at us.
Listen, our brains doing things.
So last night, it went super smooth. I was able to use the grill outside. Everything that we used last night, I think that we did a dry run before we left, which is important, which is good.
Well, a dry run to the extent that we made sure it was all working, but we've never cooked on any of our stuff until last night. But it was delicious.
Yeah, thank you.
Maisie didn't want to go to sleep, but a new place. She had never slept in the camper before. So she ended up sleeping with me in the bottom bunk.
With Grandma.
So my mother-in-law, his mom, is staying with us for the night. She's been super helpful for us to just like get situated with everything. She'll just like peace out and take Maisie for a walk. And we're like, cool, take her.
Yeah, unfortunately, Maisie really latches onto her at nighttime, and there's really nothing I can do.
Grandma or me?
Me. Or you.
You? Me?
Yeah, not me.
Grandma?
No, I'm the last person she wants to see around nighttime. She's like, no, get away. I want my mama.
Yeah.
And that's it. So unfortunately for Ellie and my mom, they all had to sleep in the bunk room while I'm posted up in this palatial queen-size bed by myself, which, I got the most out of, but I felt bad.
Yeah. Mike's got like his TV, his Betty's bedding, his freaking, like, yeah, he had it set, and I was like in a tiny twin size rock hard mattress. It's like the ones that the RVs come with that are like yay thick, like an inch and a half, and are not a delight.
So yeah, what we learned was it's probably going to take some adjusting for Maisie as far as like sleeping conditions.
Yeah.
Even the dogs. I heard the dogs kind of clicking and clacking around all night.
Yeah.
They were a little uncomfortable.
Well, our daughter Maisie's napping in the top bunk now, so that's where we want her to sleep. We had a custom guardrail built from our renovators, Rain to Shine Ventures, and it was with the intention of Maisie sleeping in the top bunk, which is a full-size bed. So she has like her bookshelves around her. She has like a comfy bedding up there, lots of pillows, and then the dogs to sleep downstairs or underneath. Downstairs. Well, I guess it is downstairs. It's down the stairs, and the second bed in there. So it didn't work out like that last night, but it's working out like that for nap time. So here's to hoping that tonight's going to be easier and I get to sleep in our bed.
Yeah, say a prayer or send good vibes.
Send it.
Send
Isn't
it.
that what the Gen
Send it
Zs
official.
say when you're like going to take a shot? Like, send it. Holy, there's chunks of coconut. Oh my god, like legitimate chunks of coconut. I was not expecting that.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. That was like the first time.
Wow, that's so surprising. Something like you're a texture person, and I would have thought you would have like thrown that up.
Well, yeah, I was about to say the first time I tried that boba tea, when I drank it and that little ball went in my throat, I like choked and I was like, nope.
Y'all, for
Nope.
people who don't know Ellie, she has this very sophisticated rating system.
Oh yeah.
1 through 10, and she'll tell you specifically, if it's a 4. I like it. Here's what I didn't like about it. Will I eat it again? Like, she goes down this whole checklist. I'm like,
Well, so, okay, 10 is very rare. I think we've gotten to a 10 like one time when we were in Spain, and it was like chef's kiss, perfect, would not change anything. Nothing will compare to this ever again. And a
Barcelona?
0, Barcelona. When
you have to say it like that. Barcelona.
Barcelona. And a 0 is like, oh, I'm going to be sick and I have food poisoning. But typically, if I don't like something, it's in like the 2 or 3 range, and if I really like something, it's like in the 8 range. I'd give this like a solid 6. Like, it's enjoyable. I like it. I'm not crazy about the texture, especially because it surprised me. So you're not good for my anxiety. However, you are refreshing and enjoyable, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, just think of it as like getting the nutrients.
Oh, which is
All
what
right.
we all need.
Now that we've gotten so off track down a rabbit hole.
So what else? Yeah, we set up our water filtration system here, Clear Source, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not nervous to drink,
We can drink straight from the tap.
this tap water at all. I mean, not so much for me, but for you and Maisie, I was kind of a little concerned. But after drinking it,
It tastes great.
yeah,
It tastes awesome. I don't think we mentioned we're hooked up to, we have hookups here. So we have our electrical and our water hookups here, not our sewage. Meaning we don't need to worry about running our inverter. We don't need to worry about our battery. It's just as if we're hooked up into shore power, they say. So we literally can just run everything like it's a normal house. And same thing with the water. The only thing is that since we don't have a sewage hookup, we have to go to the dump station here to empty out our gray water tanks and our black water tanks. Our gray water is like...
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
It'll be my first time, so
Yeah, your first real time, yeah.
I'll let you know next week how it went.
Right. So our gray water is going to be our sinks and our showers. And then our black water is your poo-poo. But we haven't gone to the poo-poos in the... Can you tell a mom of a toddler? We have not done the poo-poos in the potty.
She keeps very close track of everyone's bowel movements. It's
Have you bowel moved today? No, thankfully there's a bathroom not far down that has like really nice facilities that... I feel like RVers can all agree. If you don't have to go in your rig, like, don't go in your rig because it's just less work for you. I bought plant-based dish soap too, so that I can wash my dishes in like a colander tub that strains out any like food, and then like I'll empty the water out of it, and I can actually empty that out outside because it's safe soap. It's plant-based soap, but it's not having any food debris outside for like animals and but it's not a good idea, and I think it's even illegal in most places, if not all, to just empty out like your dirty dishwater out in nature, because things like the soap can harm like your plants and your flora, fauna, and animals, and it's just not good. It's not a good idea. But if you get plant-based soap and really read the labels and make sure you're getting the right things, then you can actually empty out that water. It is safe. Just make sure that you're not letting the food debris go out.
That's a big RV no-no as far as all the forums and the videos that we've seen. You know, people will get on you and they'll let you know, whether it's a ranger or your neighbor who's might be seasoned, they'll tell you, you can't do that. But luckily I got a smart one. She got plant-based, so I guess that's good.
Well, we're trying to do things the right way. I mean, I'm sure there are going to be things that people, even in some of our videos, are like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. Or like, that's super. Oh, speaking of rude, Maisie didn't nap yesterday. So when we got to the campsite and like we were trying to like level things and whatever, she was like the screaming baby that you read about in all of the RV forums, that like people were like, I got to my campsite and there were screaming babies everywhere. Like us, we were that family. We had the screaming child last night.
Yeah, she's in her terrible twos. What are you gonna do? You just have to roll with it. It's like going on an airplane and getting mad that a baby's crying. Like, if anything, you should feel bad for the parent who has to literally hold the baby.
I'm definitely more sympathetic now towards parents after being a parent.
In my early 20s, I was like, oh, I can't believe what this baby's doing to me right now.
So I'm so annoyed. But like now when I see like a crying baby, I like go to the mom and I'm like, you are a hero. Yeah. And like, do you need a glass of wine?
Yeah, you're all heroes.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, babe. But yeah, we're doing good so far. We were supposed to leave like a week before we did, and we had to totally change our itinerary because it seemed like everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yeah, we told you all the smooth parts that happened, within the last day.
Yeah.
We didn't tell you all of the stuff that we had to deal with the last week.
It was a dumpster fire of just everything. I mean, you want to start us out?
Yeah, I'll start it off. So yeah, we were supposed to leave a week ago, and the day before, it seemed like everything just stopped working. So it started with the batteries. The voltage was super low, and I went to go get it tested at AutoZone, and the guy, he tested it, and he said, oh, you have we have 2 AGM batteries. He said, oh, your second battery is like really low. Your amps that you're giving out is only 177, which I guess it's rated at around 650, 700, which is, it's not going to give you the amount of power that you would need, especially if you want to boondock like we want to do.
We had just bought these batteries; they were new.
Exactly.
But we figured out what the issue was. It was plugged into.
Well, there was a few issues.
Yeah.
Pertaining to battery. Number one, the guy at AutoZone didn't know how to read it correctly. Because then I took it to my RV guy, Ron, in St. Augustine. Shout out to Ron. He's the best. He's my number one.
What's up, Ron?
What's up? Yeah, he tested it and was like, oh no, this battery's fine. I don't know what this kid's talking about. What it was when it was hooked up to our inverter, which we also had problems with, it was not reading correctly. We have a remote that's here on the inside when you could turn on the inverter, and that wasn't connecting properly, which was making the battery look like that wasn't working properly. So we figured that out, which was good. It didn't cost a lot of money.
Well, it was also that the battery was running parallel next to an actual bad battery, which was the one that we bought the RV with. It was a 12 volt, I think, 12 volt lead acid battery. Am I saying, is that right?
I mean, I don't know.
That was not running well. And also, we learned it's a huge no-no to mix in different types of batteries.
Well, let me stop you there, because Ron said, shout out to Ron, he said that's kind of more of like a myth. What will happen is that if you have a bad battery, no matter what kind of battery, it will drain your other good batteries if it's connected to each other, which was happening. But we caught it in time, and we still have 2 good batteries. In fact, we ordered another one in our panic.
Thankfully, actually, Mike's parents, in our panic, where it was just like, here's our credit card, buy yourself another battery.
They saw just the defeat on our faces, and my parents were like...
They were there for a lot of it. They were helping with Maisie, helping us with everything. And, I mean, there was times that I would just be like, crying in the car by myself, wipe my face off, go to the camper, and was like, all right, how can I help?
Yeah, because, I mean, you gotta... If you put yourself in our mindset, like, this is our life, this is our livelihood.
This is all of our money.
And we were failing miserably. Like, we can't sustain or live off of all of these operations just failing last second.
Yeah. So I mean, so to summarize, our batteries weren't working and no one could give us a real straight answer why. Even like Mike's explanation now with the inverter was confusing to me, but basically they're working now. Then the jacks stopped working, which is how you put your hitch on and off your truck, and
it raises and lowers the RV so you can hitch.
They can either be hydraulic, which takes fluid, or electric, and we didn't even know which kind we had. So I was like trying to like Google, figure it out. Turns out we have electric ones, and thankfully Facebook came through again, and some guy was like, it sounded like it was like a video game hack. He's like, go up 10 times, go down 10 times, and it'll reset. I was like, that's not gonna work, especially because like everything people have been telling us to do like hasn't been working, and it worked.
Yeah, that was just so.
What's that like
gratifying
PlayStation like or whatever code that's like up
down,
left
right, ABC
right.
start?
Yeah, or something. It's like to get extra lives. It's like up
All
right,
I remember is
up
down, left, right, ABC start, and that was for Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega Genesis.
No, I'm thinking of something for like Super Mario. My nephews will listen to this and be like, "Oh, duh! If this is what it is." So,
this isn't even Roblox, bro.
Do you even game if you're not playing Roblox?
We're not on Twitch yet, but I'm sure we'll get there.
What's Twitch? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know either.
Anyway, so that cheat code worked, which was great. So if your jacks are ever not working, up 10 times, down 10 times might help you out. Then our generator wasn't powering. It was working as far as like our systems were working, but it wasn't charging our battery. So Mike got on the phone with technical support for Harbor Freight. We have a Predator 3500 generator, and he just had something switched off on the panel that needed to be switched the other way.
Yeah, our electrical panel, one of the switches is for our converter, which it was off, the breaker. And so I just flipped it back on, and then it was generating power to the battery, which is good.
There's so many like little intricacies of this life that it could be one of so many things, and having resources like Facebook groups, people like Ron, who we paid one time to install our inverter, and then we've called him about 25 times since to explain things to us.
During this whole journey so far, I pretty much created a checklist in my mind. If something goes wrong, okay, can I fix it myself? Probably not. Okay, what's the next step to do? Go to YouTube. Try to find a video that curtails specifically to what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, call a manufacturer or go on one of the forums on Facebook. Ellie's really good at that. I haven't done that yet.
I mean, people are happy to help, especially in this lifestyle, for the most part. People are... I'm even in a group called RVing for Newbies, and I feel less dumb asking my questions in there because a lot of these people are just starting out.
Can you imagine you're going to get to a place someday where you see somebody ask a question and you're like, what a newbie.
I don't think I'll ever get to that point. I don't know. I don't feel like I'll ever like be like, ugh, I'm so seasoned. I feel like I will be at the point of like, I want to share my wisdom. I want to help you.
Yeah, that's more me.
Yeah, Mike will be laughing like suckers.
Yeah, no, I would help, but I would have that monologue in my head.
No, you wouldn't. Remember your roots. Remember where you came from.
Stay humble and hungry.
I am hungry, actually. Maisie ate my sandwich.
So, moving forward, what we're going to be dealing with the next week is pretty much on the road every day because we're trying to get to New Orleans in 4 days. So, pretty much it's just driving 4 days in a row to get there.
Yeah, we have a lot of one-day stops, unfortunately, because we lost a week.
But one of them's a monkey sanctuary, so...
There you go. Yeah. A lot of them are breweries, thanks Harvest Host. Because we lost a week just due to technical malfunctions, we had to kind of expedite our itinerary to get to, point A to point B, because if not, we were going to be losing a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's a good lesson for us to learn again, because if you get sidetracked, or if you say like something breaks down in your RV and you're sidelined for a week and you can't go anywhere, you then have to adjust your itinerary. And what we did was, on the front end, we just tried to cancel as much as we could, with the notion that we're just going to have to make up for it with all the other stuff that we have planned, like 2, 3, 4 weeks out. So it's more of like, now we're in that mode right now. We are literally driving a week straight to get to eventually, I think, Texas.
And read the fine print when you are booking places, because even if it's like state parks and RV parks, whatever it is, even if you're canceling with ample time, there's cancellation fees. So we for sure lost, a good amount of money, probably a little over $100 when everything was combined for like the 7-8 days stays places. Maybe not that much, because some places like New Orleans, we were able to just move. Instead of canceling, we moved our dates, so we're still staying at the brewery, but we just like shifted it to later dates, and they were really accommodating. But yeah, we had to change our itinerary, but we're here now, and we're happy, and things are working. And we have not tried boondocking yet, so that'll be a whole other experience to see if our systems that we have in place work out in super remote areas.
Yeah, so stay tuned for next week's episode when we've gone through at least a week of boondocking to see our real personalities come out.
Yeah, I think this is our last time with hookups for a while.
Yeah, so this is going to be a good test.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for our journey this week. Stay tuned next week. Ellie, you can tell them where to find us.
All right, well, you can find us on all social platforms, and our link tree will be linked below. And we are the Doyle Family Detour. Please subscribe, like, follow, share, bash us in the comments. No, don't. I'm so sensitive. But you can laugh at us. We're ridiculous. We have no idea what we're doing. we have no idea what we're doing, and we're so happy to be sharing it all with you. We will see you next week.
See you on the road.